machine, you'll have two heads. On a professional, you'll have three. You'll have a raised one as well. So two heads, and the replay one will then replay the signal off the tape. So if you take the delayed signal, the second signal off the replay head, and then feed that back to the record head, you then get this loop which can sound psychedelic. And this is how they used to have to create things before they had GarageBand on their laptops or whatever. So with any luck, if I...
You got that on your laptop?
Here comes the sun, I say.
Gotta press record and play. Record and play at the same time. It's the same as...
Tape boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Cassette boy.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, I say. It's little darling, it's been long cold little darling, it feels like years.
You've heard that effect before on loads of records, I imagine, Pink Floyd ones in particular. But that's what's special about the analog gear with a digital delay, something that's completely digital. Every repeat would be exactly the same, near enough. Whereas as the signal gets quieter, it distorts, and the frequency response of the tape isn't necessarily the same as a digital delay. So you get that kind of warped sound as you go along, which is often kind of more pleasing to the ear. What else have I got to show you? Oh yeah, I'll do a little bit about the desk. What kind of line of engineering you guys?
Computers. IT.
More bad stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I get often people, oh, what do all the buttons do? And so apologies for those who already know a thing or two about this. We have a rather large desk here. It's a 96-channel SSL. So what would happen is normally on a day where we haven't got a meeting going on, I've got a band in here tomorrow, and so the band will play out there. We've got loads of different booths, so we can acoustically isolate them. Often, if you've got a singer next to a drummer, the vocal mic from the singer is always just going to be the spill from the drums. So we try and separate them out as much as possible, but knowing that musicians often play better sat together. So we've got a few booths. We'll put them out there. They'll all get set up and playing. We'll put some mics in front of them, and then all the mics will come through to this patch bay here. This is all analog at the moment, and then with a Bantam patch cord, which is essentially a small, like an 1/8-inch jack, very similar to, we can patch that signal to wherever we want on the desk or piece of outboard or whatever. So we plug it into this side of the desk. It's 96 channels. I'm going to use it in split mode tomorrow, so I'll have two sets of 48. So I can put the microphone signal into here, and it needs a boost, so it's got some gain, mic pre, and then I can make that sound the way I want with EQ and compression. EQ is just your bass, your middle, and your treble that you've got on any hi-fi, but obviously we can select the frequencies that we want to boost and cut. And how broad that is, and the dynamics. If a singer is quiet and then gets loud, you can even that out. So I can make that sound how I want. Then I send it off to the tape machine, or tomorrow I'll be using Pro Tools, which is a computer over here that sits over there because it's got a fan. Needs to be in a separate room, and then I'll start bringing things out of the computer up here, so I can further manipulate them if I wish, but that's after the recording device, so it doesn't get recorded. So for example, if I'd set a sound for the vocalist, and then halfway through the day they were like, I like a bit more high frequencies on my voice, I can do that after the recording device, so it doesn't mess up all the takes that I've done before.
So you do all the auto-tune as well?
Auto-tune is a thing that we try not to do. Occasionally, producers or artists. I mean, we're all music fans. We would love to. Well, and I'm a sound engineer that likes to go home as well. So I'd like them to be able to do it in one go. Auto-tunes kind of affect a lot of tracks in the charts now. Use it as an effect. But you can definitely hear it. And if I was asked to tune something that wasn't in tune, there are other programs that we would manually tune it rather than set something automatically, because you can hear the difference and it sounds good. That's kind of mixing, which is a process a little bit further on down the line.
So
but
who is it you doing that?
It's bizarre actually, because there were loads of old records. If you listen to like Ray Charles or Bill Withers or something, like they're out of tune and it doesn't matter. But now in a day where everyone's trying to be better and the public have got used to everything being bang in time and everything being bang in tune, that the more that the money has been invested in something, the more people feel it should be perfect. Whereas a lot of people would have the opinion that it's a performance that you're trying to capture, not necessarily. But that's all political.
It's almost.
If someone tells me to tune it, I'll tune it. If someone doesn't tell me to tune it, then I won't touch it. Sometimes you're like, oh, that could do with a bit. Sometimes it's different for everything's completely different for each song. Different each song.
So your desk's almost like kind of camera raw format, and then a kind of JPEG format after you've processed it, almost.
Kind of, yeah. JPEG would be kind of reducing the file size, and we try not to do that at any stage.
It's raw too, and then.
So I don't know. This side might be like a filter,
Okay.
maybe, but then you might have the confidence to put that filter on when it gets recorded. Like a different. Yeah, I'm trying perfect analogy. I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyway, this is like a drum kit that I recorded recently, and I'll show you. Drum kits are interesting because in the '60s they kind of got started treating as many instruments. Normally with a singer, you might have one mic, you might have two to choose which mic, but with a drum kit, a lot of the time now it's a mic on every single drum, and different. Where you put the mic against the drum makes a completely different sound. So I'll show you, like here, recorded the kick drum, the bass drum, and you can hear in the background the snare. So obviously this is a live drum kit. But I use a technique where we have an inverted speaker, because speakers and microphones are transducers just the other way around, and speakers are obviously a lot bigger than microphones, so they can only, and they're heavier, so they can only get moved by the bassier frequencies. So that's just an old speaker inverted,